Thank you for joining me today on the Garbage Bag Girl podcast. This podcast is about all of us. It's about the things and the ways that make us feel pushed down and small. It is about how the smallest acts of kindness make the biggest impact each day. No one should feel like garbage, ever. Enjoy the show. Hi, this is Celeste Edmunds, Executive Director of the Christmas Box International and author of Garbage Bag Girl. I released this book to help people understand the message of what the kids at the Christmas Box houses are similarly living through, because our fabulous community supporters rarely get to meet those kids and they rarely get to meet them. And so I'm hoping to glean some insight into what their lives might look like. And one of those amazing community supporters today we have with us is Dave Nellis. He's Director of Public Relations for America First. Now, America First, he's going to tell us more, but they're not just a bank by any stretch of the means. I know that's the biggest part of them. However, they do so much awesomeness for the community, and they've been a partner of ours since 2005. A very, very long-term loyal partner that we're just beyond grateful for. So welcome, Dave. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Celeste. It's so awesome to be here. We appreciate the invitation, and congratulations on your book. That's exciting news.
Thank you. A big shift for me for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us about America First and fundamentally, the way you believe in giving and about the foundation and all the good stuff.
Yeah, credit unions have kind of a unique history and a unique structure. And credit unions are different than banks, where it's people coming together to do their banking. They make deposits to each other, they make loans to each other, and they pay each other back, right? That's different than a corporate structure. But I think what's important about a credit union is that it's that philosophy of people helping people. Yeah. And that's the core of what our mission is in our organization. We started in 1939 up at Fort Douglas, and branched out.
1939?
1939.
Okay, let's make sure everybody hears that.
We are celebrating our 84th year. In the springtime, we'll be at 85 years. And so we've been around for a very, very long time, embedded in this community in Utah. And around 2000, we branched out, and we're now in 5 different states. And it's a pleasure to serve our members here in Utah or Nevada or Arizona, Idaho, and New Mexico. So it's been an awesome experience to be a part of America First.
Wow.
When we hit our 50-year anniversary, Norm Still, who was then our chair of the board, said, we want to give back to the community in a more profound way. And so we developed the Community Assistance Program, or CAP for short. And the Community Assistance Program was designed to benefit organizations who maybe are less fortunate, who are experiencing trauma, natural disaster, or just hard luck. And so we had collection boxes, members could come and donate, employees could come and donate, and we chose a few organizations that we could donate to. And over time, that organization has grown. We've added more organizations, and now the Community Assistance Program lives under the America First Charitable Foundation. And we have 14 different community assistance partners that we deal with, and it's been such a pleasure to have the Christmas Box be aligned with us since 2005.
So you have, did you say you have 14 nonprofits that you support?
Yep.
Wow.
14.
That's
and
incredible.
all those things are the basics that we kind of take for granted. That could be clothes, that could be food, that could be shelter, safety, security, education. And we try and look for those organizations that have matched values. We know that we can make a difference. And if we have the ability, why not? So we want to make a difference in the lives of our community and better their situation. So by partnering with organizations such as the Christmas Box or other organizations that we deal with, we truly feel like we can make an impact.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, you do make an impact because you touched on it a little bit. It isn't just monetarily, which is amazing because nonprofits can do a lot with that we don't get donated otherwise. But America First has helped us. Your team is here today. This is our donation center. They're out there sorting donations that people drop off, which is fabulous. They've come on site to the Christmas Box shelter location and done volunteer. We've done some yard work and all sorts of fun things that way. So volunteering time, monetarily, I mean, when I say partner since 2005, I mean like a wholehearted in partner, all in, just fabulous, fabulous work that you guys do. We're so grateful to be one of those 14 nonprofits. And speaking of nonprofits, Utah is one of the most philanthropic philanthropic states in the nation. We have over 10,600 nonprofits last I checked, which is a lot of nonprofits. So when you think about how you choose the nonprofit you're going to partner with as an organization, because there are so many. You mentioned, shared values. Is that really how you choose, or do your members nominate? What does that process look like when you choose a nonprofit?
Yeah, it's important that we make a selection based on those shared values. What does this organization stand for? How do they help? Do they help with those basic needs? Because hunger doesn't discriminate.
Yeah. Neither does
Shelter
child abuse.
doesn't discriminate. Child abuse, there's such horrible things that go on in life. And we want to be able to lift those people who are in those bad situations. And so we look for those organizations that just align with what we're about. And it's those basic needs that every person deserves. We tend to focus a lot on kids. We've done a lot of great things with the kids. Right now, we're going through our Warm the Souls of Kids program. And this is an awesome thing that we do. It's one of our most beloved holiday traditions. This is our 29th year of doing the Warm the Souls for Kids. And this is where members and employees and the community at large can donate money. And then we purchase and provide shoes for at-risk kids.
Wow.
We I think, do about 35 different organizations and schools. Last year, we donated over 2,800 pairs of shoes. This year, we want to increase that by about 500. So
wow.
we're gonna hit 3,300 pairs of shoes, and it's awesome. And that will go through the end of the year. We do it every year. But that's one way where members can help support what our initiatives are. And we feel like we want to be good stewards with their money. And we find these great organizations that we can do that. We've done diaper drives, backpack drives, food drives. We're always involved, doing hygiene kits and pantry packs. So those organizations that kind of support that of safety and soundness for children, families, women, we're all about that, and we're going to support them.
So we fit right in.
Well, you fit right in. The Christmas box matches exactly what those shared values are, for sure.
Wow. I love the shoe concept, because I don't think people realize, and when you think about your own children and how fast they grow and how many pairs of shoes. And I remember my son having a 11-inch growth spurt in high school in 1 year. And I think we had 3 size changes. And I'm like, that's one kid
incredible.
In my household, right? I'm like, what the heck is happening? And I think about our kids at the Christmas box houses, and shoes and jeans and coats and those very substantial, literally grounded items that keep us all together. Many of them have never had any of that be new. And so it's really interesting, because people will ask me, not often, most people get the concept, but sometimes people will ask me, well, why new? Like, why not gently used? And I always say, well, first, we did try gently used when we first opened, and everyone's version of that is not the same.
A little bit different, right? Yeah.
Yes. We got some awesome things initially, and then we got things that I'm like, if you're not going to have this in your home, we really are not going to have it in ours. And those were random, broken toasters, really weird things.
Yeah.
So then I met Kimberly. I call her Kimberly, 8-year-old Kimberly, long brown hair, beautiful, beautiful girl. And we had just opened. It was our first holiday season. And I asked Kimberly, what do you want for Christmas this year? And I was like, if I can make it happen, trust me, I'm going to make it happen. And she thought about it for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. And she said, I'll just have a shirt with a tag on it.
That was new to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, how about 10 shirts with tags on it? But I was like, you can ask for anything, and you just want a shirt with a tag on it. And then I remembered being 8, a very impactful time in my life. And it reminded me quickly that I only had borrowed stuff. I only had things that I would beg a girl at one of my foster homes to wear because I was having a visit with my dad, my biological dad, that Saturday, and I wanted to be extra cute. But I had to give it back. I had to give everything back. And so all my stuff did fit very, very good, I might add, in one black garbage sack. And so I just, every 6 months, it would be time to move on, and all of my stuff would go in that black garbage sack. And so in 27 years serving more than 145,000 children, which is a lot to get your head around. No kids left with their stuff in a garbage bag at a Christmas box, and they've only had new items. And it's just to remind them that they're, really it extends our mission. Our motto rather is that every child deserves a childhood, but I really, with the book, extend that to no child deserves to feel like garbage ever.
Yeah.
And so America First is just so near and dear to us and my heart. And I can't thank you guys enough for what you do. I mean, we can't do anything without the community, but to have people hold on to us for a long period of time and really make us feel grounded and that we're part of them and they're part of us it's just awesome. So thank you.
Well, the work that you do is so incredible to help people. And I'm thinking about when I've gotten gifts, even like Christmas time or birthdays, and you feel special, right? Mm-hmm. If you have the means and your family provides you with gifts, you feel special. Yeah. But for a lot of these kids and families in these situations that are hard, it doesn't make them feel special. It just makes them feel normal. It makes them feel a part of like, okay, I belong. And so that sense of belonging and sense of comfort, it's a security blanket for them.
Yep.
It's hard for them to feel special until maybe they get out of that situation. So I think that's so wise for us to think, okay, what do I take for granted?
Yeah.
And could I lift a little bit and provide a little bit with some new donations? I love that.
I love the word belonging because you're right. It isn't just that we want them to feel uniquely special during the holidays. We want them to feel long-term that they belong to something. They belong to a community. They belong to a community that loves them. Yeah. And so that's what you guys do.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of power also when companies come together. There's this collaborative spirit. I mentioned, the Warm the Souls program. We have a partnership with RSL. And it's awesome. And it's more than just putting our name on a stadium. It's more than just, co-branding stuff. But they said, we want to partner with you guys to do something good. And so we trucked over a whole elementary school, a Title I school, over to America First Field. And they got a field trip. And they haven't had a field trip before. I mean, COVID has just wiped out all these kinds of things. And so they bust them over to the America First Field. They gave them lunch. They gave them a tour of the facility, and then we outfitted about 375 kids with shoes, new shoes. Wow. And some of those kids have never had new shoes before, right? So here's power with two organizations coming together. And that's why we like to partner with great organizations, is just that power and that energy, the synergy that comes from that. You can bless so many more people's lives.
Well, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for joining me today on the Garbage Bag Girl podcast. Always remember, you matter. Please subscribe and share this podcast and visit CelesteEdmunds.com to join my mailing list.